corrupt our plan. We've had enough of the lies and deceit. We're done for good with the toxicity. Oh, hell, thanks. We are the Rabyd Nation. Oh, hell, thanks. We are the Rabyd Nation. Oh, hell, thanks. We are the Rabyd Nation. We are the Rabyd Nation.
All right, and a hearty welcome to all of you in the Rabyd Nation, whether you are a tourist, a citizen, or otherwise, or just passing by. Maybe you're an immigrant to the Rabyd Nation and checking things out. Welcome, one and all. I am your host, Ed Rabyd, a former pastor turned atheist, now a compassionate anti-theist. Welcome to my channel, The Rabyd Atheist. Thanks for everybody for joining me this evening. This is Deconversion Hangout. I specifically designed this stream for those of you who are deconverting, have questions about deconversion, want to talk about deconversion. So there you go. And as such, it's strictly monitored. Theists, I won't say theists aren't welcome here, but they need to be very, very, very polite. We'll just put it that way. So there you go. There you go. All right, but welcome one and all. There is a goal in chat. It helps me pay for the streams, but I also have to point out that, as Earl pointed out, there are new hats. I have two of them, and they're also hat reveals. So, because I've never been on the Rabyd Atheist show before, so this will be a new one. So there you go. There you go. I have just a standard Santa hat. That's brand new. I also have what I'm calling the redneck snowman hat. I thought it was kind of odd and weird, and so I thought it would fit the thing. So there you go. All right, but let's see. Here we go. Who's here today? Blossom has a great comment / question, I guess. I want to talk about that as soon as I get done with the roll call, but it's one of the things that affected my deconversion a lot was, how do I assess what's real and what's not? So, so there you go. Let's see. Blossom's here. Cranky is here. I'm always glad when the elder gods make an early entrance. Rimmer is here. John is here from Holland. Let's see. Paul is here. Good to see you, Paul. And Earl, the lap in which our Lord naps, is also here. She's one. Dragon Rider is here. Evan is here. Now you are on time. It's not weird, but Martin is here. I got you to vote for something Christmassy. I wish I could say sorry. So, okay. And then Michael's here. Good to see you, Michael. Oh man. All right, so we're already going. The cranky elder gods had to get the hat thing going. There's a new hat. So right now the redneck snowman is taking a small lead, but there you go. And Earl, of course, let's see, $5 is a small price to pop the cherry in a new hat. I am the cherry stem. So don't you know? There you go. Well, that's two. So thank you very much to both of you. Appreciate it. But yes. So that's 2, 3 to go. Appreciate both of you. Longtime supporters. So yes, pop a hat trick. You would prefer something See, my problem is I've studied all the different like holidays that go behind Christmas. And I actually don't have a problem with some of the Christmas traditions because they're not Christian at all. So they're really not. So yeah. You guys are playing with fire. I'm not going to go there. All right, let's get back to the subject at hand. Blossom points out that Christians have a problem with abiogenesis being plausible, but somehow they can believe, let there be light, and it was so. As a deconversion issue, this was one of the things that when I first deconverted, getting a handle on what is real. I know, to me, as abiogenesis still has a lot of scientific holes that they're still studying, so to speak. So, yeah, it's so I can see why some people like, well, how did that happen? How did life arrive from non-life? But the more I study it, the less that seems improbable, and the more improbable answer is God said, "Let there be light," and it was so. Like, you haven't proven that magic exists yet, and I think that's so. It's like, I'm not trying to be rude, but I've gotten to the point, I think, in my deconversion where if you're going to prove magic, you got to prove magic. And there's so many building blocks in abiogenesis that have, like, yeah, I can see how that could happen given what we know. And so it's a less of a stretch for me to think that abiogenesis is real and the biblical accounts or various creation accounts. Forget, forget, the three big monotheistic religions. There's tons of other creation accounts that still have some problems. So there you go. Oh, there you go. There you go. War has been declared. Oh, we love you, Cranky. You're playing with the Earl, though. I guess Elder God status allows you to play with dangerous objects a little bit nicer. Magic with all that pangic. Okay, there we go. Oh, the problem is that effectively theists need to assume everything we assume, and then we need to prove a God on top of that. Yeah. I don't. I do that. To me, religious thoughts are interesting because it's something that we still deal with. Okay, if you're like a long time person who believed for a long time, you were in a church, you were in a religion, the ways of thinking about things still remain. Like, when you do a pattern in your brain over and over and over again, it's just very easy to fall down that pattern. Okay, so like thinking about like a young earth creationist who suddenly realizes their young earth creationism is full of crap, has a lot of neural pathways that have been formed to think that way, to think in the terms of creation. And so when deconversion comes up, for them, they're like, they have to rethink everything of how you have to really build new neural pathways. Me and my therapist have talked about this many times. Like, I fall into old patterns created by my church environment, for instance, and I have to redo them. Like, and it takes a lot longer than people think. It's why I've told people, like, the emotional side of deconversion is the thing that takes the longest. Mentally, you can get over a lot of stuff like abiogenesis versus magic or that kind of stuff. Intellectually, you can dismiss very quickly. It's the emotional attachment and the habits that have been formed because of your religion. It takes a while to get rid of all that stuff. So it's the nicest thing that everybody. Well, there you go. There you go. God did it. Yeah, it's simple, but prove it. Like, prove magic, Martin. It's like, now whenever I get into these discussions, particularly online, it's like you have to tell them, you have to prove magic exists even to get there. Like, how about proving that your particular God exists? Because I've got tons of creation mythos. Like, there are a dime a dozen. From Odin creating it out of his mother's body to all the rest of these ones. Yes, it's you have to rewire your brain, as John says. Yeah, you have to rewire it. Like, it's not easy, especially if you've been in a religion for a long time, like I was. It's taken me 10 years to get over stuff. So I'm finally, and there, in a certain sense, you're never over it. So have to double down on physical reaction. It's not even really critical to the faith. You can have faith in Christianity without a resurrection. I'm just wondering what you're having faith in at that point. And I think a lot of fundamentalist Christians would point that out. Like, what's the point at that point, so to speak? So we don't know things, therefore a deity had to do that. They have to prove a deity exists, that specific God exists, and evidence for this is in the case doubtful. Yes, that's the kind of the point that I always make with these creationists now. You got to prove your point. Like, do you have that? Yes. Pavlov's Christianity. Yes. Oh, okay. All right. Because the apologetics is infested with this plain telling of absolute truth. Yes, they do have to do that. Like, there's also this emotional attachment to the Bible as God's word. Like, nobody, I don't know if anybody talks about how the attachment to the Bible is kind of emotional, just like any other thing else in religion. And so you end up, because you got to defend God and what he says, and because he's your friend. So, yes, God is not the simplest answer. Hey, Jimmy, sorry I missed your live stream, but I was at work. Earl told me about it, and I was like, ah, damn it, I'm at work. So, I haven't been on the line. No. I have people that work for me that used to work for them. So, let's see. How can you be something absolute truth? Yeah. Yes, God is so powerful that he needs you to defend him. This happens all the time. Yeah, the thing is, like, if you read the text of the Bible, Paul definitely believes in a physical resurrection. Like, he definitely defends that idea. Like, if because he openly he openly says that there's a spiritual resurrection, there's a physical resurrection. Like, there's a natural body and there's a spiritual body. And the problem with that passage, though, is it's also confusing enough where you could say, well, maybe the resurrection is purely spiritual and not doesn't need to be. So, you'll die on that hill. The line is a cult. Okay, there you go. Okay, because Earl's full of experiences. Trust me, she said to that. So, but yes, I've never been on the line, and I probably won't appear there because I have friends that used to be there, and now they're not. Haven't we don't just know how? There's too many. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, we've gotten to the point where we can say, yes, this did indeed happen. We know enough to say it happened. Do we know the specifics? No. By the way, Stormburn, I saw your comments on Real Seeker's video. So, well spoken, I guess. Just so everybody knows, Real Seeker did another response to Paul and me and everybody else on his channel, and it goes something like this. Apologia and the Rabyd Atheist are atheists, liars, demonic inspired meanies. And you Christians that are now being critical of Habermas shouldn't listen to them because they're demonically inspired meanies. And then, his defense of the Christians, you gotta start looking at Habermas and Christian charity and love. In other words, he's done something wrong and you need to forgive him for it. So there's that. I couldn't watch the whole thing. I got about 45 minutes in and turned it off. It's like, okay, we've gone to this point. So, yeah, that's cult of cults. Hey, Josh, thank you very much. That's 3, 2 more. And right now the redneck snowman hat is at 50%, which means the Santa hat is at 42. Somebody actually voted for the black fedora. Kind of a spoiler vote there. Yeah, well, but that's just it, Evan. It's like I'm listening to this, and it's an entirely, I feel like I was losing brain cells after 45 minutes. Like, there's no logical argument here. There's no disputing of evidence in that video, at least as far as I watched. it was all emotional appeal to the Christians that are now being critical of Habermas. So I thought that was interesting that we're on to emotional appeal. Why are we listening to atheists? Because we all know that they're demon inspired. That was the one that got me. I'm like, oh my God, like you're off the reservation at this point of scholarship. So no. Well, I mean, first of all, I think Shannon Q would have something to say about that. We'd want to, and two, I'm not gay, so that's why I get ire sometimes, because somehow I'm an atheist, but I don't have any real LGBTQ reasons to be an atheist. Yeah, I just, yes, we can collate in moments. Yes, it's the emotional appeal of like somebody who realizes they've done something wrong and now they just want everybody to like give them a pass about it. Like, you got to look at Habermas and Christian Charity. Okay, so you want to label me as demonic because I simply point out that Paul's math is good. Okay, but you're going to do Christian Charity towards Habermas because reasons. Yes. You love watching that? I do too. It's good for my demonically inspired soul. What a laugh. I always get when somebody gets arguing and they start pulling out spiritual crap, like, I don't believe in that. How is that effective in talking to me? Like, yeah. So yeah, it's gotten to be fanboy BS. Yeah, Martin, it kind of has. I mean, I don't encourage anybody to go watch that. I mean, if you want to know what's going on and it's interesting to you from a drama standpoint, it's definitely worth a watch, I guess. But I got into it and I'm like, I'm losing IQ points watching this, and so I'm kind of done. But we'll still do the second part. Like, Saturday's stream should be pretty epic. If one hat comes out, the other hat will come out. I've got another one in the mail coming. So yeah, and that'll be Saturday night, and we'll do the second part Apologia's video and have some laughs, and so we got that. We'll even have evil laughs. Yes, I know. Clutches Christian pearls. Yeah, it's kind of, that's what they're doing. What Real Seeker's doing. You're not real Christians if you go against Habermas. Like, Habermas, we should just give him grace and all this stuff. And I'm like, this is where, like, some of the big things we talk about in Deconversion Hangout is this idea of giving people forgiveness that haven't earned it. Like, I am now totally against the Christian idea of submission and the idea of forgiveness, because I think both of those things just lead to a massive amount of abuse. This authoritarian, the pastor's in charge and you got to forgive everything, has just led to a massive amount of abuse in the church. And it's because the idea is completely faulty. Like, I don't have to forgive anybody who hasn't done any way to change their life so they're not doing it to me again. And two, unless they've made some restitution, or paid some sort of price for their problem. Like, Christian forgiveness is just a way of getting people a free pass without having to do anything to actually earn it or change it. So, hey, Triple E, good to see you. About my investigation of the shroud. Oh, he did. Well, like, I mean, all I ever said is, when you don't give me, like, he still hasn't given me the 3 PhDs that were critical of Habermas's 3-volume that he claimed to exist. And then he openly kind of said, with Stormburn present, that he's deleted all these comments, of course, but we got some of them screenshotted, just not all of them. But he, like, basically said that was made up. Like, in my opinion, he kind of almost admitted he was lying. So, I mean, he can keep coming after me and saying me and Apologia are liars, but all Apologia did was lay down the math. Okay, here's the math. Here's your non-Christian versus Christian claim. Nope, that doesn't work out. evangelical versus non-evangelical. Well, I think that one caused a problem because the non-evangelical Christian is like, well, what's wrong with me? Like, I believe in the resurrection. Just because I'm non-evangelical doesn't mean I don't believe in the resurrection. And I think that objection, him reframing that, actually caused problems with his own Christian camp. So then he goes, what is it? Citations. There's more non-Christian citations than Christian. That was it. Paul does the math on that. It doesn't work. And, Real Seeker accuses him, well, he didn't do that math right. He didn't count all the atheist ones correctly. And, so it's, I've been accused of being a liar before. I don't know. I think Real Seeker has kind of demonstrated he doesn't know what he's talking about, and he doesn't know how to do good dialogue. And so he runs to just calling everybody names and all that stuff. And he's really hurting his own credibility. So that's kind of where it is. So it's like, it's that I honestly, I don't really want to deal with him unless he shows up on my channel. I just got to a point where, like, okay, if we're devolving this conversation to just saying I'm inspired by demons because I'm an atheist, I think we've reached a threshold where people can say somebody's nuts. Okay, and I'm just not going to deal with it. I know. I get it. Yeah, that's real life. Am I a copy of Screw Tape Letters America? Should I read them? I mean, you can't. Like, don't get me wrong. I think Screw Tape Letters is very interesting fiction. Like, there's some interesting fictional elements of, like, a demon talking to another demon is kind of an interesting fictional story. I just wish somebody would redo it. So I need to add to Jabbermaster. Okay, there you go. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I saw that. Like, oh, you're missing my sarcasm. Like, no, sorry, dude. I think you just admitted that these PhD scholars don't exist. I thought that was, and you just made it up because what you were really dealing with was Apologia and maybe a little bit of me. And you didn't want to say that for some reason. Yeah, moves gold purse. Yes, gaslighting. There's a lot of gaslighting in that too. You got a rough draft done of that? Okay. You're gonna add Real Seeker as another character standing over Habermas's shoulder. That works. It's kind of that. Yeah, Screw Tape wasn't too bad. I think Screw Tape, but Mere Christianity, yeah, I have a lot of problems with that now. I mean, you can read it, Blossom, and I think you'll see why I have a lot of problems with Mere Christianity now. When you really think about the context of Mere Christianity, and it's been a while since I've read it, but Screw Tape Letters, I get what C.S. Lewis was trying to do from a Christian point of view, but at the same time, it's an interesting read. Like, he brings up some stuff. So is he standing next to the sarcasm pit? The Sarlacc pit instead of the sarcasm pit instead of the Sarlacc pit. That's brilliant. I love it. So there you go. There you go, Earl. So Real Seeker, unfortunately, they'll make him Boba Fett, and that'll work. So there you go. Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. Because you can put him next to the Sarlacc pit instead of the sarcasm pit. That's awesome. But yeah, I honestly, this whole thing, it's like, I started this by asking for 3 names. Like, it's amazing how I'm suddenly a liar simply because I asked for some information. Like, all I wanted was some genuine. And now he gave me Alton Slade, which actually helped me with some other issue that I'm working on with, minimal facts stuff. But, as Paul put it, I'm not really interested in a 4-year-old debate. I want to know what's going on now. And so, yeah, I've gotten to the point where it's like, okay, all I did was ask for some information, and it became like you're engaged in some sort of reverse psychology trick. And I'm like, no, I'm just asking for the names of scholars. That's perfectly acceptable among scholars. It's like Alter, I reached out to and got contact with fairly quickly. Slade is difficult to get a hold of, and I respect that. There's some scholars that don't want to be pestered, because they're busy working. But at the same time, I don't think Slade would mind his name being mentioned on a study that he helped Alter with. It's like I don't think that's mentioning the fact that we're not mentioning names is like kind of just really. But yes, the sarcasm pit should definitely be in there. Instead of making him the Rancor. Yeah, I don't think he's that impressive. Right down to hunts down the detractors, wears stupid shades. Yeah, it's good. There you go. Someone who hasn't listened to apologists being dismantled for years on YouTube, is there anything new or nuanced, or is it more? It's probably more philo-bro crap for you. Like I would say, that's what Mere Christianity is going to have. You're going to have a problem with Mere Christianity with is there's a lot of old philosophical the stuff. But Screwtape Letters, if you look at it from like a fictional story entertainment value, you might get a kick out of some of it. So I've often toyed with that idea in some of my fantasy fiction, like what's more evil when you think about hell, like burning flames or a bureaucracy that's never ending? To me, that's the greatest form of torture, being shuffled from all eternity, filling out paperwork like in old school times. So yes, but yeah, I think you'll probably see some of that stuff in the Screwtape Letters, but he makes some interesting observations. Screwtape does. So it has potential a little bit. I would give it a read. It's not a long read anyway. Like neither one of those books is a long read. So yeah, I mean, yeah, Sean McDowell, I think, realized that there was some problems once Pelagia presented his math. And like Sean isn't going to accuse Pelagia of being infested by devils, okay, like Real Seeker is. So he's looking at scholarship and he's going, no, wait a minute, that's a valid point. You advertise this book as more non-Christians than Christians, and then turns out not to be so. Yeah, I mean, Sean McDowell, for all the nonsense he does, he seems to try to take the high road a lot when it comes to these things. So I told management about it. My coworker was harassing me about religion. He told me God was going to curse me until I reconvert. He leaves me alone now. Okay. All right, good. Yeah, you should tell management about that stuff. Because you don't need to be harassed by anybody at work about something you don't believe. Yeah, so kudos for you for standing up for yourself. I've had to do that too every once in a while, though I live in a part of the country that's much more religiously diverse in some respects. You could do both, Earl. Like, you could do both. Peterson's daughter, apparently he's improved somewhat and at home, but still having serious health issues. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't wish any ill will like that on people. Like I don't. I think Jordan Peterson, had he not had health issues, was still in trouble since his appearance on Jubilee, because a lot of the Christian criticism of him on Jubilee was very interesting. Like, why won't he just say he's a Christian? And I think a lot of people saw the masterful, artful dodger. Like, there's certain questions he just does not want to answer. And so he'll accuse his opponent of this or that. And, what kind of trick are you up to? Like, he's automatically assuming anybody talks to him is doing a trick. So it was, I think, health issues aside, if he hadn't had him, he was already in trouble. So All he eats a steak, so forth. Okay. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Boba Fett is a little bit more there. So. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, Jordan Peterson. I was just listening to Alex O'Connor on him last night. I found I can't remember if it was a new video or old video, but Alex was like, "What gives, Jordan?" You know, he didn't have a problem with some of the things he said, but he had to like, you know, I don't think these people are being antagonistic. It was like Jordan was being very overly defensive on Jubilee. So, and I agree with that. So, yeah, yeah, he did a pretty good one too. These would be hilarious. I will leave you to it, Earl. I will leave you to your artwork. I think all of us will leave you to that. So there you go. Yeah, it was a circus. Don't get me wrong. That's tending to be what happens with Jubilee is a circus. So, but a lot of interesting things come out of that. So, oh, Josh, more towards the hat. We only need one more donation in the hat, and right now it's the new Santa hat that is winning. So there you go. Hey, Native. Good to see you. To talk to manage about religious bullying, but remember, HR isn't your friend. Yeah, you kind of have to. Like I always tell people that there's a process to file, and if a manager doesn't do something, there's still people to go to over their head. Like in my work, you know, I can go up to the store manager with stuff, but because you know we have an open door policy about that stuff. But I also have like there's an ethics hotline that I can call too. So, and they don't like it when you call ethics. So, so it's like at that point, they're like, then they start to listen, but you have to be willing to do it and prove you would do it. So, yeah, they're trying to protect the company from lawsuits, but you can use that. Like my political science brain kicks in at that point, cranky, and says you can use that. Okay, like there's ways to gather information and evidence in such a way that they're going to go, yes. See, you're spelling it wrong, John. You're spelling it wrong. Good one. I mean, public goes by, but Alex O'Connor is up there. How cute. Oh, okay. So he told you he was going to curse you, break up with me unless I repented. She did, and he said, I told you so. Legit, as long as I've been a member, he has been saying this to me. Yeah, I mean, but, you know, there are some people that can just look at relationships and know whether or not they're going to work. I so there's that, but it's like your girlfriend's breaking up with boyfriends is kind of a common occurrence. So that's not really a leap of predictive power. Um, you know, what curse is that to you? I mean, if the relationship was heading in a toxic direction, was it a curse or a blessing? Like you got to ask yourself some questions. So, so many of the noble lies showing they haven't actually read Plato for all they cite him. Yeah, that's probably true. Hey, 17 months. Have you been a member that long? Hail Fangs. All right, there we go. All right. Oh, yeah, there's another one. There's another one. Just tell them you did convert to Islam instead or some other religion they don't like. Oh, it looks like we made the goal, Martin said. There you go. Has low understanding. Outstanding. Hey, and it looks like the Santa hat won. You know, there's some other votes for other things. So we're gonna do the rest of the stream with my new Santa hat. There we go. Getting in the festive spirit. So there you go. Thanks everybody. I appreciate all the donations. Keeps my streaming going. Oh, it's a religious harass. I have no idea one way or another. Yeah, breaking up with a girlfriend, boyfriend is a pretty common experience. So I don't think that that's really all that predictive. Like you could definitely, there you go. But yeah, maybe man more like a deep sigh. Cashier for years, and the old ladies who like, you're so sweet. We'd like you to come to my church. Yes. Hey, there we go. Good to see you. Good to see you, Ann. Yeah, everything that's said is now canon for Santa. Yes, the rabid Santa, Satan, whatever. Now, I I have a love hate relationship with Christmas. So because I work in retail, and there's a lot of things to hate about Christmas when you work in retail. So, but at the same time, it's like I don't mind it. Halloween's still more my favorite, but I don't mind it as much. I get to buy gifts for my grandkids and watch their eyes light up for 10 seconds. So that's worth it. So there's that. And talk about them hoes. Well, I've been told that Santa knows where all the bad girls live. So that's probably true. He knows where all the bad girls and boys live when they get older. Well, there you go. Christian porn, boys soldiers. Wonder what. Oh, Wes Huff's. It's possible. Dashing through the snow on a one fang. See, that's the other thing, Earl. Do we have any like Fangs Christmas art yet? I'm just asking for a friend. Like, can we have like Fangs take Santa's place? Can we? And who are the reindeer at this point? Like, yeah, I mean, you can, yeah, you can. Small business will, yeah, like certain predictions, like don't impress me. Like the fact that you're going to break up with your boyfriend, girlfriend, or your business is going to fail. Yeah, a lot of businesses fail, a lot of relationships break up. So that's not really a lot of predictive power. So I don't think Fangs would pull a sleigh either. That's why I'm saying put him in Santa's role, or I don't know. But thank you, and get the whole year. But you're such a sweet boy. Like only you can only be sweet if you're a Christian or a believer. Yeah, that's one of the ones that gets me too. It's a deconversion issue. So yeah, it's Fangs Claus. That's what I'm saying. Not Santa Claus, Fangs Claus. Down on the next point, Pips. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Fangs is one hanging out with the bad girls, bad boys. It doesn't matter, no. Well, yeah, but that's the thing, Earl. Like, I know I'm not putting any pressure on you, but Fangs driving the sleigh, and we don't need reindeer. Like, put a rocket on the thing or something. Like, let's modernize Santa's gig. So, I'm just saying. Um, I don't know. We got a lot of volunteers probably to be reindeer, but I could see Fangs like upgrading, doing the Grinch thing and updating Santa's game. I can see him doing that. He just messes with Santa's naughty and nice list. Oh. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's have Yahweh pulling the sleigh with those meathead muscles, and Fangs just like setting up a rocket on the thing. You could do like a Christmas prep moment. You know, Fang sled is drawn by 12 bears. A carrot rocket. There we go. See, I knew chat wouldn't fail me. Chat never fails me. If I need to go into the gutter, you guys are down, and I appreciate that so much about you. Trying Dream to convert me, God would make my mental health worse. When it did, he said, I told you. I don't believe in Yahweh, leave me alone. He wouldn't. Um, let's understand something about that's another prediction. Like mental health is there and mental health goes down. Mental health goes up and down all the time. Like he's got a 50% shot of being right even without God. So he just wants to rifle through everybody's stocking stash. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, do we have Santa come down the chimney and Fangs comes down the chimney and Santa does his gig, giving away presents and stocking everybody's stash and everything. And then Fangs just kind of comes behind him and steals it. Is that a different version of Krampus there? Like Fangs is like a trickster version of Krampus. Like, could we do that? I think, I'm trying to figure out what the lore would be for that. So, and Snow Rabyd. I can see that too. See, I can see this too. He's more like to go up the chimney. Yeah, that's probably true. Oh my goodness. But yes, I don't know. I don't think I need anything elaborate for this one. It's like I have this vision in my head of Fangs being on the sleigh and doing mischievous things while Santa's trying to do his thing and Yahweh taking the place of the reindeer because he's a meathead. And so, yeah, he was very Krampusy. Yes, very much so. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're welcome to have him watch, but it's like my issue with people like that is they got to pull out curses. It's like, what's the difference between you and a witch, at that point? And I don't think they would take kindly to that. Like, I don't see anywhere in the Bible where Christians are called to point out curses. And I would also ask this at that point, if God is cursing me, isn't he kind of like an abusive partner? Like, why would I want to go back to an abusive partner that abuses me? If you're going to love me into the kingdom, but don't. That's one of the problems I've had with Christian theology on a practical level for a long time. It's like, so God's going to punish me and put me through crap until I come back to him. That seems like an abusive spouse relationship. Like an abuser comes up to their old, I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to make your life a living hell until you come back to me. That's kind of the same. So I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty damn. I'm sorry. You're right. Hello, heretics. Hey, Wolf. So both the wolves are here. I can't comprehend my arguments, and I compare divine command theory to having infinity. If I can control the unused, really? Well, I can see it. Honestly, if you're going to use fiction, you might as well go all the way. So there you go. But yeah, it's like, I mean, God acting like a witch. That's always interesting. Santa Fangs. I don't know. Fangs of claws, Santa Fangs. I don't know. That's a tough one. Oh, okay. It's a Hungarian version of Krampus. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, see, I don't know all these things. Like I know changes the naughty to nice list. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We have a trickster god here, Earl. I don't think he's playing the role of Santa, the reindeer, any of that crap. I think he's there doing what Fangs does. Like all the naughty kids get all the nice gifts and all the good kids get coal this year. Like it's, and with the naughty older girls and boys, he's going to hang out with them later, because he knows the list. So the slingshot waiting for there's that too. Yes, causing a kerfluffle. That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying, Earl. Like I could see Fangs like being up to his normal mischief during the holidays. I think he could do that. Like he would be me if I had those kind of powers. Yeah, there you go. Just going up the chimney. Yeah, getting Christians to talk about might makes right like is it's difficult. Um, but I've always had that. Like I've had people on my channel over the last 6 years, Storm, basically make that argument that God was going to make things difficult for me if I didn't come back to Him. I'm like, well, why would I want to come back to an abuser? Like you've given your God an abusive personality. Why would I? He's going to make my life miserable until I come back to Him. That's an abusive spouse, like or partner. Like, why would I do that? How about this? How about God? You'd show that you've changed and demonstrate that, and I'm still not coming back. Like I don't trust that. So, we got to leave out the circumcised carrots are always going to be there, always. Like, yeah, here, there we go. We have circumcised carrots. Replacing all the angels in your nativity scene. There's a good one too, Earl, if you get inspired with that one. What would a Fangs inspired nativity scene be? That would be hilarious too. I'm just giving you ideas. Whatever you do will be fine with me, but as always, but I just, okay, what do we can replace the angels with circumcised carrots. What do we do? How do we do Mary? I mean, Mary, and Joseph and the baby Jesus. What is that all about? We're eventually going to get there. Kerfluffling down the road. Hey, Eric, good to see you. Yes, misery to force you back, to test your faith. Like, no, I'll pass. I'm just saying, think about it. Like you've got a nativity scene here that, I mean, like next year, if we have a proper nativity scene with Fangs, we could do like an advent calendar next year. Like, I'm just saying. Okay. Like if you get enough stuff. Okay, there you go. So that would be even better than Santa. Like I think you could do a quick thing with Santa with just like Fangs sitting in the sleigh or something, smoking something or whatever. So the Fangs, it's a nudity scene. I'm not sure we'll do that, but I don't know. Like that's kind of been my point with these people because Cranky, I've literally, probably a couple years ago, I had one guy coming around saying that God was going to get me, for not being a believer anymore. I'm like, okay, so what are you saying, that your God's a narcissistic abuser? Like, like that's what narcissistic abusers do. I thought your God was good and loving. Like that doesn't seem to be good and loving to me. So I'm saying that. Well, you have one. We have the Fang Damnits, but they're being revised. Like the 10 Commandments were revised a couple of times. I'm fairly certain. So we're revising them. That's kind of the scene I'm trying to portray in one of the chapters right now in my head. Fang showing up to Mount Sinai is going to be one of my favorite scenes, I think. I don't know. U.S. foreign policy baffles me these days. So I know that foreign policy is getting backlash from both parties right now. I know that much. So it's coming. Tomato Pope. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that Earl can pull from. That's the problem. Like, all it really says is she laid her babe in a manger, which could have been outside in the middle of the courtyard in front of the inn, where, so there's so many different things about that. And of course, human imagination takes it whatever way they want. But, the nativity scene, to be honest, from my perspective, is one of the greatest pieces of mythology ever proposed. And only one gospel writer actually writes about it. So it doesn't even meet the Bible's lowbrow, criteria of 2 or 3 witnesses. So there you go. Well, that's just thing. I have my own mythology about the conception of Jesus. So it's part of Fang's lore. I think officially dogma too. Like Fang's is actually Jesus's father. So, and Mary isn't really his mother either. So it's a long, complicated story. Yes, conditional prophecies are threats. Yes. Too wise that it didn't go. Oh my gosh. See you later, Martin. You have a good one then. Crow. Church employees are just Veggie Tales. Yeah, there you go. That's fair. They get a mangy rabbit instead of a manger. Yeah, there we go. See, that's what I'm saying. There's just too much possibility in a nativity scene screwed up by Fangs. As long as there's Zoroastrian. That's probably true. Yeah. Oh my goodness. There, when you look, there's a lot of YouTube. I've talked about God being a narcissist. There's a bunch of people have talked about God's narcissistic tendencies. Like, if you read the Old Testament Bible, you can't get away from, you know, God being kind of an asshole. Like he gets mad at people. He blows his top. I mean, Earl and me haven't had to do a lot of work in portraying Yahweh as a narcissistic asshole. Like I don't have to do a lot to make that point. Just and she doesn't have to do a lot to make that point in her artwork either. It's just kind of there. So. Condiment used in cooking. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I mean in the New Testament, yeah, it's Yahweh isn't really all that great. Like when you think that God's best plan is to crucify his kid and have him die and raise him 3 days later to fix the problems with humanity, that doesn't sound like a very well thought out plan. Like you're going to be in the manger? Really? You're going to do that? Okay. Oh my gosh, Earl. We've set off. The lap in which our Lord naps is now off and running, and I have no idea where it's going, and I'm absolutely terrified and overjoyed at the same time. Oh, yeah, he's the greatest and best narcissist ever. Yes. Yeah, I know. I get it. I get that you're going to have to be the manger. I can already see where you're casting Fangs too. So, yes, yeah, do it all. All is possible with Fangsology. All is possible. The theology of Fangsology goes everywhere. So, hey, Skeptic, good to see you. Yeah, I like that part too. That was always. See, the thing about the Bible is I think, from a deconversion point of view, getting back to the subject of the stream, um, it's interesting how people just avoid those kind of parts of the Bible. Like it's the Bible that people believe in church, of course, is very edited in their own brain. So baby fang. Oh, you're going to do a baby fangs? Okay. I can see this. We haven't had a baby fangs yet, so that would be new and unique. We're gonna definitely have to do that. He's already pretty cute. I mean, see, this is grown up fangs, so I'm trying to imagine what baby fangs would look like. Fangs can't snap. Okay. All right, there you go. Oh, are you going to turn up the cuteness? Okay. I can buy that. I like that idea, honestly. Yeah, we need a baby fangs. So the cute little adorable baby fangs. If the world only knew. Oh, by the way, for everybody's announcement, I told Earl this. I sent this picture here to Paul of Paulogia, and he absolutely loved it. He laughed and said that pass on to Earl that she gave me a lot of joy in this moment. So, but yeah. Oh, we're going to turn up the cuteness because it's Christmas. Fair enough. Yeah, we turned up the horror on Halloween. We're going to turn up the cuteness. And we need to have enough. I don't know. Eventually, we'll have to have enough art to do an advent calendar next year. We're going to keep this going. So I want an advent calendar for fangs. I've got advent calendars for every. Exactly the plan, skeptic. How dare you reveal our diabolical plot to the world? Yes, more theological splits, more chaos. Fangs fulfilling his purpose. That's the PP. Okay, there you go. And all eyes and teeth. Well, it's a propical, cyclical time traveling miracle, too, when you consider the other lore of who Jesus' father and mother really are. So, yeah. Chaos. Yeah, I mean, they make advent calendars out of everything. I don't see why we can't do one. Yeah, I mean, Cranky can show up and add to the cast. Like, there you go, Earl. I mean, Cranky fulfills a lot of roles in a nativity scene. I just want you to think about that. The elder gods definitely could play their role in a Fang's nativity. Like, I think that would work. Like, I'm pretty sure that the cranky elder gods of the world could definitely do that. So there you go. Yeah, I mean, it didn't really fix the problem. I've had that argument, Triple E, so many times with Christians. Like, did he really fix the problem, though? Like, you're all still saying you're all still sinners. Problems of the world still exist. None of the things that happened during the fall have been reversed. You know, women are still subservient to men, quote unquote. We all still have to wear clothes. You know, we still have to work all the time. Where did Jesus fix anything? So yeah. No, no. You want the official lore? Um, Unfortunately, this is something that Fangs is not proud of per se, but it's something that happened. He was very, very drunk in the 1960s and got together with Marilyn Monroe while pretending to be JFK. So, and they produced a zygote, and Fangs traveled back in time and in a while he was still drunk and kind of implanted the zygote in Mary accidentally. And since then, he's kind of the father of Christianity and somewhat embarrasses him a little bit. So, but yeah, we can do more time travel nonsense and have baby fangs too. So, I mean, this is theology. You can do whatever you want. Like, it's the wonderful beauty of having a master's degree in theological studies is I can tell you how made up stuff is when you have a problem. Yeah. So, oh, he was on your stats drunk. Hi. Yes, John Fangs Kennedy. Yes. So, but yes, it's not a moment that Fangs is proud of because he feels like he accidentally created Christianity without really intending to. So there's that. Anglor is as American as key lime pie and Mormonism. He took your stash that day. Okay, fair enough. The stories are confused, Cranky. So, you know, what Fang says to me and what you say are two different things. I'm sure the truth is out there somewhere. I'm not sure we'll ever find it. Oh, it's a chaotic Christmas. I can see paying with the events of Home Alone series. Yes, certainly, absolutely. Just do what you can, Earl. Don't kill yourself. But I knew you were like looking for inspiration. Here you go. I mean, I don't know. Do what you can. Like we will take anything. And I'm going to be celebrating the holidays till way after New Year's. So if some things are a little bit late, that's fine. So I'll be having funny hats from now until Christmas stuff till then. So it's fine. The stories were confused means the drugs were good. Yeah, it's probably true. Yes, out there somewhere. Yes, theology is that with some see Jesus as fixing of the split soul that was married. Yes, there is some Gnostic beliefs like that, so that they are seen. He's seen as a man and woman moving back and forth to kind of reconcile the split. Yes, I remember reading that somewhere. Yes, every gospel will tell the story of Fangs a little differently. So there you go. I'm just saying it. Like this is not abnormal for Fang's theology. Like it goes multiple different directions with multiple different stories with chaos down all ends. It's kind of the point. So I don't know. I mean, you could save that one for New Year. We can keep doing it. I'm fairly certain the drama will continue. I just don't know how it's going to continue. So, but yeah, we can do a finalized version of that later. Like save that for New Year. But yeah, you got all this Christmas stuff. So should have tried to get some inspiration from that a couple streams ago, probably. But yes, you guys are great though. This has been absolutely entertaining. But yes, yeah, gosh, I remember reading that somewhere. The Gnostics, like people who think that early Christianity was unified, have just never bothered to read about it. So, also, the bigger the differences between the Gospels and the more reliable. Yes, that's exactly how it works. We do all the apologist tricks here, all the Christian apologist stuff that they do, we do with Fangs. So that's actually perfectly valid apologetics there. Like if there's a massive variance in the story of how Fangs came about from one place to another, that means it's all the more true. So, whole new meaning of white Christmas. There you go, Paul. Until Orthodox Christmas, 12. Yes. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. There's holidays everywhere. If it's Orthodox Christmas, yeah, that's coming up like tomorrow, isn't it? So there you go. Oh my goodness. So every single sacred claims to have the singular original correct interpretation of the Bible. Yes. That's part of the problems. Like some of them are more arrogant about it than others, but I never could understand that even as a Christian because it's like I'm a fallible human being and all of these denominations and groups are made of fallible human beings. I don't know how any of us could think we're absolutely right about everything. So Protestants think they made up a sinless birth for Mary and perpetual virginity and a resurrection and an empty tomb, but couldn't have possibly made up all those things up for Jesus. Yes. Yes. That's the thing, Eric. It's as a guy with a theology degree, I can tell you how much of it is just pulling shit out of your ass to try to explain something. Like I have the appropriate picture up right now because it's like my research methodology, according to Habermas, is stick figures and little notes to myself. And that's how I feel theology is like it's stick figures and little notes to everybody's self. And we're all playing, people in theology are just playing games. They're coming up with all kinds of stuff. So there you go. You just got to keep writing these things down, Earl, and whatever inspires you, nail it. But I think you could drop the Santa project and just go with the screwed up nativity scene for Christmas. I think that's one project that you could focus on, and that would be good for a lot of us. I think that's something that you could play with quite a bit too, with your diabolical mind. So yes, but it's like when I look at apologetics, everybody like it's in apologetics loves it, but it's like it's a theology trying to make theology make sense kind of thing, and yeah, it just doesn't work. I possibly I don't know. Accept some form of fallibility and deny or ignore sects that claim infallibility. Yes, often. Like it's Christianity is a mucked up mess, okay, and they don't like to admit it that much. So weekend, which I believe was Julian calendar caress, a bunch of days to make the year. Okay, right, gotcha. Orphan often. Well, yes, I, I, I'm just saying, Earl. Like those, you're gonna have to do what I have to do when I have like 45 projects in my head. I have to pick one, and that sucks because they're all good ideas. So that wasn't speaking to me, but do the nativity scene, and then whenever you have time, work on the rank. We can do we got a New Year's celebration. We got your birthday party coming up here soon, and there's a whole bunch of things that we can just play around with for a while. It's the end of the year, and I want you to have fun. So have fun. Like I'm trying to have fun. You're trying to have fun, and I'm sure things will get more serious in 2026 when it arrives. So, yeah, probably. Like, there's going to be, like, Paul made some minor mistakes, don't get me wrong. And I said it when I review him, but it's like, you're still not dealing with the major issue of a lot of things in that whole drama. Like, I'm sorry, you said it repeatedly, more non Christians than Christians, and he should have known better. Like, it should have been, yes, fun is an option. You're allowed to have fun. Fangs says so. In fact, Fangs do ordains frivolity and skullduggery and shenanigans are all ordained by Fangs. So if you're not having fun, you're not doing Fangsology right. So, well, yeah, but also like the footnote counting thing. Why do they think that that's going to make it better? I got that far in the video, Stormburn, is like, he's like, well, these are 6 different footnotes on Bart Ehrman. I said, well, you don't think that those slashes exist on the Christian footnote sources? So, I mean, it's really 8,000 footnotes. And it's like, it'd be much better if you guys like gave some definite numbers because you did the counting. Like, why didn't you do the counting on this? Like, why did somebody else outside of it? It's still not going to change the results. I think you're going to still, even if Paul corrects that and counts all the footnotes, like Real Seeker says, you're still going to get about the same result. It's still going to be an 80-20 thing. So 22 is long. Yes. Then children enter the kingdom, and when you make it male and female, one and the same. So, yes, I remember that. Yes, the Gospel of Thomas is kind of that. Yes, I know. There you go. I'm just saying, do what you want to do. I'm telling you, have fun, Earl. Like, it's the end of the year, and I'm trying to have as good a time as I want right now because I got some busy times coming up here. This weekend coming up is like my last normal weekend for the rest of the year, and then it gets really weird because next weekend after this one, I'll only get Friday off because I have to work Saturday to make up for the fact they're going to give me Wednesday off and then make me go into work on Thursday and then get another 2 days off. So Like I have to work like 9 days out of 10 for a while. So footnotes, little stick feet, yes, vibes. Like the problem, with being definite with the math, okay, is Paul was definite with the math. Okay, well, I messed up the footnotes. Well, you made it when you put slashes in footnotes, that's kind of makes it difficult to count. And so what you really need to do is like if you're going to say that there was a footnote on each one of these pages, every single page should have been mentioned. Like that creates confusion. So citation is weak in the age of ebooks. Yeah, and that's kind of weak too. Like I'm sorry, citations with electronics and AI, like you can have the AI do your citations for you and make sure they're each individually represented. So it's like I don't think there's a lot of excuses left for not doing citations properly anymore. So make sure you do. I have to like interrupt you in the middle of the weekend, like on Friday, to remind you to eat, Earl? Do I have to do that to feed yourself? Make sure you feed the dog. I mean, come on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that for you. Okay, I will send you a note like Friday evening to remind you to eat. Okay. Oh my goodness! But make sure you feed the dog. Like, good grief. Dogs are better people than people half the time. So there you go. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I just don't. Okay, so you want to put them all with a dash in between, and it's like, so what? That's a minor problem when you consider that it was confusing in the first place. You're still changing the goalposts again. We're going to change the goalposts again, and so we can do the count again, but I don't think it's still going to be like a pretty close to an 80-20% split again. So there you go. You feed more consistently than you feed yourself. That we can get. All right. Well, they'll make up, but if they're counting the citations that already exist in an existing body of material, they're just counting. And the only reason I say II is they can do it faster, like than a physical count. And they will set up the citations based on what's already in an existing body of work and can cite them more consistently. So it's I don't have a problem with using AI that way, where they're looking at an existing body like a book and there's already citations in it. And then when you're trying to do, the end citation pages, the bibliography, all that stuff, you can actually get the AI to count that properly and cite it properly for you without having to do all the work anymore. I don't have a problem with that. It's when you ask them to do research, you got to check your citations even with them. So yes. Yeah, I mean, they'll do that. Oh, so your dog like reminds you to feed him. That's good. Well, I'm glad. Like I care. Like it gets really weird with me. Like if somebody comes up to me with a dog, I greet the dog first. So like I want to make friends with the dog. So yeah, I mean it's if you have an existing by like Habermas's like 3 volume set up to this point, you could say, okay, give me all the citations in here, organize them, categorize them by name, and make sure you have each individual citation as a individual page number, no slashes. You could do that. So, yeah, stay warm. I mean, I'm having trouble staying warm. I had 4 more inches of snow yesterday, so it's 25 degrees, and I think we've had a foot of snow so far this year, and it hasn't gotten warm enough to melt any of it yet. So it's all still there. Yeah, I trust dogs more. I do. People keep burning me. I've never had a dog really burn me. So I had one that was a problem, but I didn't create the problem. The previous owner created the problem. So, and just had to live with that problem until I didn't have to live with it anymore. So I've never had a problem with the dog except that one. And it was because I didn't have a hand in raising the dog. So yeah, like a movement. Well, Michael, she gets into her artist stance and she's just there. Like I've literally, get up, walk around, stretch, take a break. Okay, there we go. See, because I do that all the time. Like just the other day, like the upstairs neighbor was like letting their dogs out, and the dog came up to me first, so it was easy. I'm like, hello, and I talked to the dog, and then I talked to the lady with the dog, the young lady with the dog. So, but I talked to the dog first, introduced myself. So. Everyone he considers to be a non-Christian labeled. Oh, yeah. I think that's what caused part of the problem with the Christians too, Stormbird. And I think the whole non-evangelical didn't go back good from a PR point of view, because there's going to be a lot of non-evangelical Christians that are going, what? I still believe in the resurrection. Huh? So it's literally if I go into autistic Gail and 12 hours will pass, it feels like 5 minutes. Yes. And that's kind of why I have to text her. Hey, Earl, get up, eat. So my grandma was terrified of cats. But when she saw my cat, her grandma instincts kicked in and she asked for treats. There you go. I'm just saying it. But yeah, I greet dogs before I greet people. So I've had better luck with dogs than people. So there you go. All right. Well, it's been a fun night. Thursday, I think it'll be even more fun. I just want to do some announcements of that. Earl sent me the gifts the gift that's supposed to be there. So we might be unboxing that Saturday. If it arrives before Saturday, I will let you know. There's still a hat that's brand new in play for Thursday. So there'll be a hat reveal possibly. We're going to hit the second half of Paul's video with the recent Habermas stuff too. So there could be that as well. So Saturday should be a really fun stream, and I'm looking forward to it. So I will see you all then, and we don't have to have this artificial time limit on a Saturday too. So appreciate all of you. So it's you guys have been great tonight. I appreciate you for all the, we got Cranky with his donation, and Earl with her donation, and Josh with 2 new hat, and Triple E's been a member for 17 months. So, and then Martin as well. So there you go. Thank you all for your donations. Keeps the stream alive, and we got a new hat in play. So thanks everybody. I appreciate all of you. So I'll see all of you on Saturday. Should be a fun stream. We'll be reviewing more of Paul's video dealing with Habermas, and we'll also do a lot of fun things like new hats and maybe some gifts to reveal. And so thanks everybody. I appreciate all of you for doing that. So may Fangs nibble on all of your hearts, and may he purify your vegetables from religious corruption. Make sure you leave a circumcised carrot on top of your stash in order to protect it, because Fangs appreciates carrots more than stashes in some strange bunny way. So I can't guarantee this will protect your stash from Fangs, but it might. It's worth a shot. Okay, so like a lot of theology, but thanks everybody. And Nom Nom and all of that. You guys are awesome. Thank you. And as always, live your best life. You only get one go around and then it's over. So make sure you're taking all your time, money, and opportunities and spending them on yourself, the people you love and care for, and to make this a better world. You'd be happier if you do. And, don't waste them on the trappings of religion and faith, because that's a dead end. I speak from experience. And thanks everybody for stopping by. I will catch you all next time on Saturday, and I'll see you then.